Senti. Non vedi niente. Aspetta. Aspetta, adesso. Sì, sì. Però ora, praticamente, ora la riconosco. Sì. Ora dovrebbe essere tutto a posto. Bravi, hai visto? Uno a un capo della corda, uno a quell'altro, ma picchiato, state buoni. Mm, sarà meglio. Naviga sempre in 5G, ma non mi rompete i coglioni, tanto non ve li do i soldi. Comunque mi raccomando, controllami i riscatti e chi rinnova l'abbonamento perché non sono arrivati per niente ieri. Le, le notifiche sulla contessina si sono. Ehi, ehi, ciao! Tieni sta palletta, va, mordi. Dove sei? Ma vieni sopra, vieni sopra. Ma perché devi stare sotto al letto? Vieni. È carino, ho giocato a questo gioco qualche tempo fa, ma non l'ho mai finito. Sì, ho detto. Ecco, sarà meglio. Ecco, gli ha messo il culo in faccia. Tieni, mordi questa, non rompere coglioni, su. Si è giocato fino ad ora. Il caos. Sì, mi succede anche a me. Oh, Paolo! Buonasera! Ma salve! Ciao! Sì, Trax, Cinci Sbitoni, vabbè, l'avevo già sentito, ce l'avevo sentito. Buonasera a tutti. Di già, di già. A me nemmeno mi è apparso, per farti intendere. Eh? No, no, ci sono, ci sono. No. Ciao. Ciao, Shad. Sì, mi vedrà su. Andiamo. Va, cuccia. Vai. No, non sopra il letto. A cuccia. Uguale, la stessa identica cosa. Dai. In questo momento sei qui al caos e io sono stressata. Qui. Devi stare. Cuccia. Non mi dare bacini perché sei un ruffiano. Tieni questo. Bravo. Gioca questo. Vieni. Vai. Veloce. Niente, via, ci ho perso. Canini rompiscatoline. Che gioco è? Questo è The Book of Unwritten Tales. È un puntaeclicca in un universo fantasy. Praticamente ti parla di storie non ancora scritte, ma lo dice il titolo. E praticamente le scrivete praticamente andando avanti nel gioco, in un certo senso. Vabbè, Xitrax ovviamente è la fata, una cosa veramente metal, vero? Immagino. Dicevo, oggi ci dobbiamo abituare al caos, praticamente. Iniziare una nuova partita? Sì, 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 sì. Infatti mi aveva preso i dati della vecchia partita che ci ho giocato anni fa. La guerra era scoppiata in tutta Avventasia. L'alleanza composta da umani, elfi e gnomi combatteva contro il malvagio esercito delle ombre. La guerra aveva devastato il paese per anni e anni, eppure nessuno riusciva a mettersi in posizione di vantaggio. E fu proprio in quel tempo di tremenda disperazione che un vecchio archeologo scoprì la posizione dell'artefatto del divino Parte. L'artefatto avrebbe potuto realizzare ogni desiderio e quindi decidere la guerra a favore di uno schieramento o dell'altro. Guidate dallo stregone Munkas, il figlio dell'arcistrega Mortroga, sì, sti cazzi, e l'avrebbero raggiunto per prime se non fosse stato per un gruppo di eroi che si oppose ai loro piani. Wilbur, il giovane gnomo che fu il primo del suo clan a diventare un mago. Ivo, la coraggiosa principessa elfica del regno dei boschi. E il Critter, una pelosa creatura delle terre del nord, compagno del più brillante degli eroi. Nate Bonnet, che avrebbe dovuto passare il resto della sua vita a fianco di una principessa elfica. No, non parlo perché è troppo bellino la scena.
Good, good. This is good. Although the ground is still getting closer. Part of the jetty. At least some of it survived the explosion.
Scusate un attimo, eccomi, Questa musica turbissimo eroica, direi. Informazioni di servizio. La stirma l'ha presa con 2 cagnolini cucciolini. Come potete vedere sul canale italiano, quindi se sentite bestemmioni, scleri e interruzioni sapete il perché. Mi sentite? Ok. Niente ragazzi, sì, suole prese con questi 2 cuccioli. E quando era uno io pensavo vabbè, no? Appena viene l'altro così si sfogano un po' insieme e poi dormono. Un cazzo. Un gran cazzo di niente. Ma noi ormai pretendiamo bestemmioni e scleri, meno male, cioè. Allora siete nel posto giusto. Beh, a sfogarsi si sfogano, ma non contro di loro, con me. Ma non dormono, no, infatti non so, cioè, ora veramente li drogo, penso. Vi drogo, ragazzi, ve lo giuro. Vi porto un po' di erba gatta. Vediamo se vi calmate anche voi. Chissà se esiste l'erba cana invece che l'erba gatta. Mi devo informare. Questa è una camomilla, gli serve iniettata nel cervello. Sì, ci ho pensato, ma... non vediamo. Stasera faccio esperimenti. Do un po' di erba gatta. Davvero? Aspetta, ma impazzisce in che senso? Allora, forse riusciamo a superare il primo... I gatti praticamente vivono nel rosmarino.
If I'm lucky, this will go all the way up to the island. But somehow I really doubt it will.
Lo sento tipo doppio? Lo sento tipo doppio.
Oh!
No, lui è proprio il gioco. Forse c'è un problema solo mio. Oh, c'è una lampada.
Oh, hi Nate, how's it going?
Good. For now. Could it be that your spell didn't quite work out the way you planned?
I did tell you there were certain risks involved.
Riuscite a leggere? Allora, noi possiamo rispondere ai rischi. Vabbè, niente di importante, non è praticamente successo niente, aiuto. Che gli rispondiamo? Allora. Oddio, è polenta che sei. La prima? Polenta, giù. C'è un tempo e un luogo per ogni cosa, ma non ora. Tieni. La prima, ragazzi?
Risks? What risks?
Now, gin magic is a complicated affair. It's difficult to get the dose right, and when one hasn't done magic for a while, things can go a little bit wrong.
Like you killing me, for example?
Not intentionally.
Beh, qui? Ah, vabbè, lo possiamo
No
chiedere
big
tutte, mi sa.
thing. So, now that we have a little time to kill, why don't you tell me a little something about yourself?
Oh, right. Well, yes, I came into this world in
Cosa
an
aiuto?
oasis in the Desert, and at that time, I was...
Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Definitely not the time to reminisce.
Then why did you ask?
I could use some help here, Benny.
Well, you did see what happened last time I cast a spell.
Time to make up for it then. Now shake a leg.
There goes the smell.
I don't know. I might just end up making everything worse.
Peggiorare ancora. Che farò? Che farò? Che faccio? Peggiorare? Oppure gli dico ferma il tempo, inverte la gravità, fa qualcosa. Dai. Che è successo? Perché non si... Cosa sta censurando la chat a Paolo? Ah.
Can't you just stop time? Or wings! Give me wings! How about that?
Oh, this is all terribly complicated. I really don't feel up to it today, Nate.
Oggi proprio non me ne sento in grado.
Perhaps tomorrow? I really do need to think through what's happened today properly.
You get me out of the mess you got us into right now!
Please don't yell at me!
Benny!
Non mi urlare. Se n'è andato.
The state he's in, we can forget about miracles. I gotta find something easy, something even he thinks he can do.
Vabbè, il primo non lo conosciamo. In realtà non l'ho mai visto da nessuna parte.
A flying carpet. Is that too much to ask?
I'm not talking to you.
Why, you... I'm sorry I criticized your work, Benny.
And?
And that I shook your lamp. And everything else. You meant well.
Well, all right then. I forgive you. What can I do for you?
Carpet!
A flying carpet. Shouldn't be too hard. Should I really dare? Am I really up to it?
Yes!
Ecco, rotto. Tutto.
What the heck? What happened here? No!
Comunque, io che ho fatto un po' le parti di tutti, devo dire che quelle che preferisco sono le parti di Wilbur, Gnomo.
Welcome, Avventura. I am the tutorial, guardian of gameplay, explainer of control.
Io sono il tutore.
Use the left stick to move the character.
Usa la levetta a sinistra per spostare il personaggio.
Well done.
Allora.
If you walk up to an object, context-sensitive actions will be displayed.
Raggiungi l'oggetto.
Walk up
far
to that
aprire
big lever and press A.
Ok, raggiungi la grossa leva e premiamo.
The robot has used the lever, as this seemed logical to him. Now press B, so that the robot looks at the lever rather than uses it. Excellent. The robot thinks the lever is working. But if that's so, then where is the problem?
Allora dov'è il problema?
That hatch over there. Walk up to it and press A.
Il martello?
The little chap seems to think there are advanced engine mechanics hidden behind there. Perhaps that's where the problem is. Press A again, next to the hatch. The first time you press A will allow you to look, the second to use. Why? Because
Ok.
after a player character has looked at something, the most logical thing to do next is use it. It's quite simple. Press B when you want to look at something. Press A in order to do whatever that character thinks is the next most sensible move. Is the machine working again? Walk up to the lever and press A.
Oh! Che bel ringraziamento da un mod all'altro. Il mio apparato circolatorio batte solo per te, addirittura.
There appears to be a new problem. Better take a closer look at the engine.
Ok.
Oops, that wasn't very helpful. Please pick up both gears by pressing A. If you can reach... Great work. Items you pick up will go into your inventory. You open and
questo
close
sullo
your
tutorial.
inventory by pressing Y. To use an inventory
Poi possiamo...
item, select it with A, and then select the object that you want it to be used with. Use one of the gears in
Sì,
your
è
inventory
accillino
with the
questo.
engine of the town model.
Io ti minoro di 3 mi ha fatto ridere, eh.
Excellent. Now, how about dealing with the second gear? Perfect. You'd better oil the engine before you switch the machine back on again.
Come faccio a oliare? Guarda il motore riparato. E lì è contento. Faresti meglio oliare il motore prima di riaccendere il nuovo... Ok. Ah, ma aspetta, ma sono idiota. Aspetta. Ce l'ho qui l'olio. Sono idiota. Sì, infatti. A posto.
That should do it. Time to crank it up.
Pretendo una ricompensa da riscattare che dice solo... Si fa. Ricorda, metti in lista allora, metti in lista.
You can examine objects in the inventory in more detail. Pick up the damaged figure and the toolbox. Then open the inventory with Y and press B in order to examine the
Bene.
toolbox.
Sì, quel robottino è bellissimo. Bello. Mi dà molti hint questo robottino. Ah, posso esaminare la scatola degli attrezzi.
Great. You
Oh.
found a few items in the toolbox. You can use these items on each other by initially selecting the first object with A and then using it on the second object
Posso combinare
again with
oggetti.
A.
Ah, meno male.
Try to repair the figure in the inventory. Well done. Now place the figure back in its rightful place on the balcony of the castle and start the machine. Excellent. You're now ready. One last tip before I go. If you press X, all interesting objects in the scene will be displayed. Good luck with your adventures in the Book of Unwritten Tales 2.
I'm worried about you. Oh, Mother. What's wrong with you?
Everything's fine.
No, you don't look well at all. Positively rotund. It is unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already. Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his sister.
Which of the two is the sister?
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the elf kingdom, in the castle of your family where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat. I only want what's best for you, Ivo.
Sì, dicevo ragazzi, mi ero mutata e mi ero dimenticata di smutarmi, classico.
Did you see that?
Ha chiuso a
She's locked
chiave.
me in. Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that. Have you seen this prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan.
Stiamo parlando
I'm
con
to spend
l'uccello,
hundreds
letteralmente.
of years in the company of someone I don't love. Huh, not me. And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off.
Insomma, per chi non ha seguito, sua madre vuole in tutti i modi che lei si sposi, fondamentalmente. E l'ha chiusa pure dentro la stanza.
When I was
Voglio
out
decidere
there
da
with the
sola, voglio la mia
humans,
libertà,
it was the first
diciamo
time that I had the
all'uccello.
feeling I could determine my own destiny. Yes, it was dangerous. Doesn't that go with the territory? A life without risk, that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now. You want to stop me? Just like last time.
Ragazzi, da qualcuno viene eco. Non so chi dei due moderatori.
I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap. I'd say the same
vediamo.
thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world, and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene. Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library.
Ok. Praticamente dobbiamo cercare
No,
un
rest is
libro
not what
di
I need
medicina.
just now. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf. I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you.
Allora, praticamente noi dobbiamo trovare il modo di scendere, fondamentalmente. Oggi ci siamo clippati
The times when the others were here in the elf burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces
di
and
lore.
trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot. I had my birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the Elf Burrow. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers.
Ragazzi, ma preferite che legga io o vi va bene anche se lascio...
My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist. Cheap Cheap survived our past adventure, even if he'll insist on exactly the opposite. He told everyone for months how he defended me from all the evils of the world and then only just escaped with his tail feathers intact. Hey, Cheap.
Sembra che il
Most
tuo
birds
riflesso ti
love a mirror
piace
because they
tanto.
believe they can see another bird in it. You just love them because you can't get enough of yourself. I would be a bit less unbearable if I wasn't incarcerated in here. See you later.
E
Yes,
niente,
of
Chip
course I'll
a
be a
quanto parte
good
è
girl
parecchio
and stay in my
vanitoso.
room.
Sappiamo questo di Chip.
Cheap Cheap likes to look at his reflection. He strikes a pose and then tries to impress himself with it, and succeeds most of the time.
Chip, 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 Chip. Cosa hai detto di mia madre?
Hey, Cheap Cheap, I need the mirror. I only need it for a minute. Oh, he's not budging, and his pecs can be damn painful when he puts his mind to it.
Allora,
Mother's locked me in, as if I was 200.
madre mi ha chiuso dentro.
Since I secretly escaped
Come se avessi di
from
nuovo
the Elf
200
Burrow
anni.
last year, she's taken to guarding me closer than ever before.
Guarda il
I've been
letto.
sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long.
A chi lo
I've never
dici,
been
signorina?
ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library. A beautiful red flower. It was only put here a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room, and then it's replaced and planted in the garden. Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund. Fresh water from the spring brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole valley. People come from far and wide to drink it. A guard with a spear
C'è una
and shield,
statua?
and like all elven figures, immaculate. An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head.
È un carillon.
The music box closes automatically as soon as the melody finishes.
Il carillon si chiude automaticamente appena finisce la melodia. Allora, probabilmente per prendere lo specchio dobbiamo chiuderci dentro Chip Chip. Ma finiamo di capire un attimo la situation. Possiamo anche andare sul terrazzo. Sul balcone, via. Guarda che bello il balcone. Mi ricordo di questo gioco,
We
mi
have many
piacciono un sacco i
exotic plants here in
dettagli.
the palace, but sunflowers are my favourite. Apologies, I need a few of your seeds.
Ok, abbiamo preso i semi.
It may not be befitting of a princess, but this isn't the first time that I've climbed into the garden via the balcony, and it won't be the last.
Ok. Ah, possiamo... Ah, vedi? E infatti
I,
non possiamo scendere
I'm just doing my morning
perché c'è
exercises.
l'uccellino.
I wasn't going to. Of course, I could just ignore him and climb down into the garden anyway. He would, however, make a beeline to Mother and tell on me, and who knows what the two of them would cook up for me next.
E qui in teoria possiamo sia scendere dal balcone, però avremo poi l'ira di madre, oppure rinchiudere l'uccellino. E noi sappiamo esattamente cosa sceglieremo, vero? Vogliamo rotture di cazzi. Allora,
I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it.
scendi l'uccellino dal balcone, esatto. Allora, dobbiamo mettere i semi dentro, credo. Ah no, aspetta. Dentro la ciotola.
Cheep, Cheep, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead? Don't say I never look after you.
Sì, perché praticamente ogni scenario è una sorta di enigma, o più enigmi insieme. Però non ti danno molte hint, eh. Ci devi un po' arrivare da sola.
Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. All the stuff I have to wear at official functions. If it were up to Mother, I would have trunkfuls of this stuff, and a wing of the castle would be my wardrobe. She just can't understand why Pa and I aren't into this sort of thing.
Ok. Siamo riusciti a prendere lo specchio. Intanto.
Pearls, good.
Ok, questo l'abbiamo già visto. In teoria dobbiamo accendere il carillon con lo specchio davanti. Ah, vediamo un attimo la foto del principe. No, scusami, la vorrei vedere, scusi. Com'è che si faceva?
Without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me off to a proper elf prince. So far, I've managed to frighten off every candidate successfully, but she's starting to lose her patience.
Ok, no, semplicemente ora non ce la fa vedere, però sappiamo che è quella.
Hey, withdrawal symptoms? I just need the music box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on. Shh.
Incazzatissimo.
He's gone to sleep.
Si è
It got
addormentato.
dark and he's simply... No matter. I can now enjoy a few moments of peace.
Ok, praticamente abbiamo trovato il modo per scendere indisturbati.
Let's go.
Let's go! E dobbiamo trovare il libro di medicina.
As expected, no one here. My parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is. A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the block in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
The garden always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf
È un
gardens are
alberello.
fabulous by their very nature. But you need a
È un
mighty good
entino.
gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
You tree shepherds do a great job.
Dimmi a proposito qualcosa degli
Tree
ent.
shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog? Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hai visto? Ha detto che non è un ent, è solo un giardiniere.
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She'd be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade.
Sono abbastanza vecchio da dire quello che
Gardener.
penso.
Get it?
What are you up to
Di
today
cosa ti
then?
stai occupando
Got
oggi?
much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elfborough, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the Elfborough. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient
Insomma, il tempo
here, obviously.
passa diversamente a
But if we
Tana
had a
degli
bit of
Elfi.
normal weather and the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's
Ciao
for sure.
Rockies.
But I
Ciao
don't
Cinci
often ask him
Sbidondi.
for help.
Grazie per essere
Thinking
stato
has
qui.
never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
Ciao caro.
He's just more of a theorist.
Ah, the mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing
Ma io non lo
nothing.
sentivo.
I have
Nemmeno
to
te?
get on.
Yep, got a bit to do
Okay.
myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there.
Ah, la cuccia.
Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
Allora,
Arbor's obviously concerned about his flower.
dobbiamo forse aiutarlo con il fiore?
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers. A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. I don't have any time to rest.
Ok.
If Arbor doesn't know,
No, sbagliato.
Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our would no longer be the only queen here.
Qualcosa.
Oh, which is probably down to the fact that it was many. Biscuit.
Grassa gallina.
Stink
Distorto.
We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
Non la invitiamo più ai ritrovi di famiglia. Lo sai, non vedo rischio.
This is Mother's mirror. It's said
Midrato,
that you can
midrato.
see into the furthest corner.
Ah, manca l'acqua. Praticamente attraverso questo vediamo tutti gli angoli remoti.
There are reeds and water lilies growing in the pond. Naturally, they were planted there. They don't grow in the wild so high up the mountains. I can't think of any use for a water
Non riesco a
lily,
pensare a
but
nessun
a
modo
reed
di
could
usare
come
una
in handy.
ninfea, ma una canna potrebbe tornarmi utile. Una canna può sempre tornare utile.
There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. Their water's said to have healing powers. No wonder considering where it comes from.
L'acqua ha poteri curativi. Vediamo un po' se riusciamo a pescare qualcosa. Ah, una canna nel senso la pianta. Io pensavo una canna da pesca invece.
That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content.
Un
it
sorriso
looks anything but
piangente.
sad.
Pare che è così contento che invece sta su.
The Springbrook emerges up there. It's still small here, but it becomes one of the largest and most important rivers in the woodland realm.
Che figo.
The willow is stretching one part of that leads up to the throne room. Mother
Conduce
will
su
be
alla sala del
conducting the
trono.
affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life, probably sleeping.
Bella la vita, eh.
There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass. Arbor's pot, literally. A handy smooth stone, Arbor's sheepdog.
Ah, la pietra è il cane da pastore. Praticamente. Abbiamo preso una pietra. Infatti la prima associazione di idee che mi viene in mente è pietra, api, ma a quanto pare no.
If it were possible to hit fish with stones, who'd need a rod?
Se fosse possibile, ok, pescare con una pietra che userebbe le canne. Probabilmente dobbiamo mettere insieme più cose. No, non
I don't
funziona.
really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners. The reed from the garden pond, it's like a hollow pipe. Well, pipes are normally hollow. The reed from the garden pond, it's like a
Okay.
hollow pipe.
Allora, probabilmente ci mancano delle informazioni. Tanto possiamo andare nella biblioteca. Ecco la biblioteca. Guarda se quello non è quello di Mostrenco.
There's a selection of cubes here. For a while, it was all the rage at official state visits to give geometric presents. The biggest plant book of Avventura by Charles Mendel with illustrations by Alexander Bonpland. A standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult every now and then. However, he insists that he now knows it off by heart. A present from one of the northern kingdoms. Strange folk up there.
Sì.
The men climb mountains and shout foul-mouthed things in dragon's language at the dragons. I think it's some kind of test of courage.
Un po' di mandorle perché sto morendo di fame.
Gold goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry. Like
Sì,
all books in this
c'è anche il
library,
cubo di
it's a guest
Rubik.
present. The logic behind this must
E le uova, sì, di
Those
Daenerys.
elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever. Working with wood. There's a master whittler down in the valley. I've enjoyed watching him in the past. He carves animal figures so real that humans and dwarfs believe that they are actually animals turned into wood. This one's more about interiors, making furniture and the like. Plane the wood down by a pixie's thumb and saw the board into 2 equal length pieces. Who knows what that might be good for?
Ok, questo probabilmente è una specie di... ci serviva per fare la canna da pesca,
Several books
probabilmente.
about animals, an atlas, a book about humans. Actually, more of a brochure. And what's this? Fishing for the moderately talented.
Pesca per i moderatamente talentuosi.
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall. A few years
Anche
ago,
quel
this
drago,
dragon
ma
was
non
caught
so
in
da
a
dove
hole
viene,
rocky
è una
reef.
è una
A bounty
città.
was put on its head, and all
Una
heroes
reference
of
a
the land
qualcosa.
were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave
No.
warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived.
C'è un'altra parte, fermi tutti.
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open.
Ah, abbiamo riaperto la nostra stanza.
Swords of all the idiots
Sì, come
who have
dicevi te,
tried to
c'è anche lo
conquer the
spadino di
Empire.
Cloud di Final
It's
Fantasy.
become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt
E
their
il primo cubo
lesson.
sembra l'Ela cubo di Wakfu, molto probabile. Sono un sacco di shit.
This flower clearly is one of the more exotic of the palace's flowers. It comes from a country in the deep south beyond the deserts. It's said that the flower of this plant used to be sent as a declaration of war, or if one wanted to deprive someone of all sense. What have we got here then? Aha!
Ah, abbiamo trovato qualcosa. Un libro.
Ah!
Almanacco di
of elf
medicina.
medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Ill elf? So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I do?
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, it must be
Bellissimo.
something else.
Maggiore causa di
Sensitive
morte tra le
elves can
principesse e il cuore
sometimes suffer from
infranto.
the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus.
Infezione
But
all'orecchio.
I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Are you actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book. That actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book
Vai
before.
dal cubo e chiedi cosa
Of
vuole.
course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe me.
Probabilmente ci sei stato
You were
donato in
given
qualche
to us by
occasione.
someone from Seastone, right?
Right. I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the
Qualcuno ha
elven
fatto un
kingdom.
petino qui,
And
eh?
just look at how paltry this library is.
We don't
Qualcuno
have much
che
use for
dorme.
books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted, a little here, a little there. This editorial process is
Raffinata
nothing
propaganda
more than
elfica.
refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent,
bellissimo.
morally impeccable. And who can prove
Li
otherwise?
presenta come
There are no other
perfetti.
witnesses and there are no books.
E chi potrebbe provare il contrario? Non ci sono più testimoni. Madonna. Bellissima sta cosa sugli elfi.
I demand to
Che tipo
know
di
this
malattia ho?
instant what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I
A
can
volte è meglio non
take it.
sapere. Cosa?
A placebo only works when one doesn't know.
Un placebo
that it is a
funziona solo quando
placebo.
chi lo assume non sa che
Make
si
the
tratta di un
potion
placebo.
And then come back and drink it. Then we'll be sure.
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a
Se
wolf
fosse
of late?
lupus.
No.
Then it can't be lupus. No, I'm pretty sure it's something else. Now, that potion? Drink
Inai,
it, and then I
aiutiamoli
can
sotto
tell
le
you
montagne a
more.
casa loro, mi sta facendo morire dentro dalle risate. I nani, aiutiamoli a casa loro. Sì, praticamente sono gli elfi.
All right.
Cosa ci vuole per
this
preparare la
potion,
pozione?
What goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into
Un frutto
a viscous
verde e un
potion.
cespuglio di meto, un cucchiaio di
Oh,
miele e
that
una
sounds
ringa rossa.
revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
Se segna in chat, cespuglio di meto, aringa rossa e un'altra cosa che non me lo ricordo. Miele. Aringa rossa e miele.
This metis bush, where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
Esatto.
A red herring. Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
All right, so I've got a red herring.
Ok.
Thank you. I think that's all for now.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
Ah, bellissimo. Parla, è bello che si può parlare col libro di cioè, mi garba troppo sta cosa, veramente. Ah, il cubo non ce lo fa vedere, però
Sometimes it's difficult to believe that some creatures in our... They look... Perhaps there are a few practical hints and...
Allora, abbiamo letto il libro sulla
A
pesca
lucrative
adesso.
season with a successful technique doesn't just depend on the type and quality of your tackle, but also on a really good spot. It doesn't matter whether you jig, dip, toddle or feed. Wobblers, twisters, spinners, blinkers, poppers, jigs, jerks and live bait must be presented in the most enticing ways possible. I haven't the faintest idea what all that means. I presume my fishing talents are not quite advanced enough to enable me to use this book.
Sì, probabilmente dobbiamo prendere i gioielli per metterli come esca.
Helmets with horns. Cool, but useless.
Elmi con corna, belli ma
Each cube is
inutili.
significant and comes from a different country, but I never really...
Sì, è molto rilassante questo giochino, me lo ricordavo che era così.
Perhaps I can help Arbor solve the problem with that flower. Let's take a look.
Forse posso aiutare Arbor con il suo fiore, ecco, vedi? Bene, bene, bene. Diamo un'occhiata. Allora,
Yellow
guarda che
tomatoes
belli.
are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. Disguised as
Pomodori
tomatoes,
assassini.
they hunt on allotments for defenseless humans. Giant beans, also
Poi c'è
known as
i
magic
fagioli
beans,
giganti,
are very rare. They are the fastest growing plant
ovvero i fagioli
variety
magici.
known. Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusively used by the military, for instance.
Vengono usati
in storming
solamente dai
high
militari
walled
nel caso, ad
castles.
esempio, di eruzioni in castelli dalle alte cinte murarie. Che figata!
Mandrake should only be
Mandragore?
cultivated by experienced gardeners. The cry of the baby mandrake can kill anyone within 20 meters instantaneously. The tree of
Ok.
wrath bears fruit several
L'albero
times a
della
year.
collera.
These grapes of wrath are bad-tempered beasts that can lay whole areas to rack and
I
ruin.
chicchi di collera sono bestie dal cattivo carattere. Bellissimo.
Steel magnolias look like normal
Le magnolie
magnolias, but
d'acciaio.
are some of the toughest plants on earth. They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequently may be picked.
Possono essere ammorbidite usando le storie tragiche di donne. Oh mio Dio.
Guard plants, Vigilia audriensis, belong to the oldest domesticated
Piante da guardia.
plants of humankind.
Vigila audriensis.
They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes develop an unhealthy taste for blood. Baritones.
A volte sviluppano un insano gusto per il sangue.
The wood of intelligent apple trees is often
Albero
used
di
for
meto.
equally
Eccolo.
intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent fruit varieties. So far, the search has proved fruitless.
Sono frutti
This
intelligenti. E
plant
questo è il
reminds
fiore,
me
mi
of the
sa.
one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love
Giglio
lily
d'amore.
enters into an enduring
Il
relationship
giglio d'amore
with another plant
intraprende una
very
relazione
early in
duratura
its
con
life,
un'altra pianta
which
nelle prime fasi
frequently
della sua
lasts its
vita, che
lifetime.
frequentemente
If
dura
the
per tutta la
partner
sua
plant dies,
esistenza.
then the love lily does not normally survive the separation.
Scusate, devo fare un richiamo all'ordine. Quindi che ha detto?
The love lily enters into if the partner plant dies,
Se la,
then the love lily
se la
does
pianta
not
parte e
normally
muore, il
survive
giglio
the
d'amore non
separation.
riesce a sopravvivere alla separazione. Quindi è per quello che sta male il suo
This plant
giglio.
reminds me of the one that
Sì. Ok. Quindi di qui abbiamo letto tutto. Nell'inventario abbiamo il libro sulla
a
falegnameria,
book
non
about
so perché.
woodcrafts, sanding, cutting, hammering, all that sort of stuff.
Ehi, no! È un pisciolone lui, è un pisciolone. Sì. Ma quanta ne hai fatta? Ce l'ho messo io, stava facendo mezza fuori. Ma sei un pisciolone. Sei un pisciolone. Vieni qua. Vieni qua, pisciolone. Mettiti qui. Bravo. Bravissimo. Stai lì. Stai lì, amore. No, sistemo dopo. Tanto c'è la traversina apposta. Allora, dicevo, abbiamo questo libro sulla falegnameria, la canna e il sase.
Arbor's sheep. No, I need a bit more.
Ok. Quindi dobbiamo fare praticamente una canna da pesca.
Water's the
Aspetta, non mi prende più cose. Qui possiamo prendere i gioielli per fare l'esca.
precious stone. Goodness,
Perché non me la fa
the box
prendere?
as well as its hinges.
Non me la fa prendere. Pensiamo. L'acqua? Possiamo prenderla?
Water's the easiest
Sì?
ingredient to find. We have copious amounts of it here. That should do it. The
Perché?
medicine book reckoned that it should be a viscous potion.
Ok, quindi abbiamo messo degli ingredienti per la pozione.
I bet
Ah, questo fiore
No more
così ci
water.
serve. Tanto il signore che cascava dal cielo è andato via sul tappeto. Intanto l'uccellino che
and
dorme.
that's the sound of Cheep Cheep snoring.
Sciolone.
He's a bit special
Qui.
like that.
Allora.
When Nate and the others lived here,
Allora.
Wilbur, Mother,
Ok, se è una cosa già abbiamo fatto. Allora abbiamo lo
the
splendido
reed from the garden
fiore.
pond. It's like a hollow pipe.
Ecco perché questo è il fiore. Ora ho capito. E questo è il fiore che manca. Ehi, no, vieni qua. Vieni qui. Qui. Giù. Giù. Bravo. Il fiore pisciolone.
There's only a little water left in the eye. I really shouldn't. It's only earth. I should tell Mother how her daughter. Well, she'd be delighted. Mother pours water from she ever s-
Questa è l'acqua.
The plant book said that a love lily chooses another plant to be a kind of lifelong companion. Perhaps it isn't okay because it's on its own.
Ok, forse possiamo usare.
Look, do you know this flower?
È contento. Bellino, l'ha abbracciato.
You did well, girl.
It would appear so.
You snivelling, girl? You all right?
No. Yes,
Ci siamo
I
commossi.
don't know.
Well then, I think I've earned myself a little rest now.
Non è facilissima però. Mette insieme tutti. Ah, lui si sta fumando l'erba pipa, ma guardalo.
That's Arbor's little spade. He always leaves his stuff all over the garden, which of course drives Mother mad.
Abbiamo anche una vanga. Una piccola vanga.
You're having a good time, I see.
What can I do for you?
Look,
Allora, ho
I
trovato
found
un
this
libro in
book in the
falegnameria.
library.
Woodcrafts? Why are you showing me that?
Perché me lo stai
I thought it
mostrando?
might interest you.
I don't like horror
Mi
stories.
piacciono le storie
Horror
dell'orrore.
stories?
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monstrosity to be whittled down layer by layer to the core? What do you call that then?
Sorry, never looked at it like that.
Branches sawed off, boards nailed together, wood treated with chemicals. Oh, sick stuff.
Roba da malati.
I just need to
Ho
borrow
preso
your
in prestito la
spade
tua
a
vanga.
moment. Is that okay?
Of course. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
You shouldn't smoke.
Non dovresti fumare.
Why not?
It's not healthy.
Perché no? Non è salutare.
No lungs, no problems.
Niente polmoni, niente
It's a
problemi.
bit weird and warped to smoke yourself.
Non pensi che sia un po' strano
Yeah, I know.
e malato
I'm
fumarti
terrible.
da solo? Oh mio Dio, si sta fumando da solo.
Don't tell no one, no.
Non dirlo a nessuno però.
Do you sometimes miss your old life and the world out there?
It's comfortable here, to be sure.
Sì.
And boring.
Well, if you're bored, then why stay?
Me? Well, I'm the princess. And Mother's scared that something might happen to me out there. And to be honest, she's probably right.
Well, of course something could happen to you. And what's it called when things happen to you? Life. That's what it's called.
Vita.
You fall over, you get up.
Lui ci
you
lancia
laugh,
perle
you
di
cry,
saggezza.
You do daft things. Well, how can one enjoy the sunshine if it never rains?
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me. How can I help you?
Do we
Abbiamo
have
un
a
cespuglio di
lettuce
meto?
bush in the garden here?
That bush over yonder.
Quel
But that
cespuglio
fruit's
laggiù.
red.
Perfetto.
And what colour do you expect then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Ah, dobbiamo spaventare il cespuglio?
The metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defense mechanism.
Ah, and the bush only
Ih.
has red fruit because it has nothing
quei
to be
piscioloni.
afraid of here.
That's right.
Sì. Ora metto un cartello sulla porta. Scusami, scusami, ti ho tirato un cazzottino. Non l'ho fatto apposta. Scusa, amore. E mi sono girata di scatto e c'era la sua faccia. La sua faccia. Mi ripeti quella francese, eh? Hai qualche idea su come potrei
Do you
mettere
know
le
how
mani
I could
sul
get
del
my hands
miele?
on some honey?
Try the kitchens.
Prova in
I prefer
cucina.
not to wander through the castle.
Of course. Someone would
Qualcuno
tell your
potrebbe dirlo a
mother.
tua madre, eh beh sì.
Would that beehive in
Non
the
possiamo
tree
andare
over
in
there
cucina.
be of any help?
Oh, I'd be careful with that. The bees defend their honey and can give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep
Non ho
their
un
honey
kit da
and they pollinate my
apicoltore.
flowers. That's how we've always
Lascia
done it.
semplicemente che le api ne si tengano il loro miele. Imponino i miei. Ok. Puoi prestarmi una
I
canna da
fancy you
pesca.
fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece.
Ok.
What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
Thanks.
Well, everything needs to
Ecco
be
fatto.
complicated, you know.
Meno la canna da pesca ce l'abbiamo.
There's something else. I have to get on. Don't work too hard.
That I won't.
Allora, dobbiamo spaventare il cespuglio di meto per farle diventare verdi.
Isn't that just lovely? Two plants that have found each other and want to spend the rest of their lives together.
Bellino però quel fiore. Mi ha dato un abbraccio.
This is a metis bush, just what I need. Only its fruit is
Ah.
red, not green.
Ehi. Ah, ok. Io devo cercare di spaventare questo cespuglio. Ah, forse col libro. Col libro di falegnameria?
According to Arbor, the bush's fruit becomes green and sour if it feels afraid.
Aspetta.
This is a metis bush. Just only.
No, ho sbagliato 2 volte il tasto. No, non funziona. No.
This is Mother's mirror.
Ehi.
It's said that you can see into the
Culone.
furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing.
Ehi, ehi. Scusate, ogni tanto devo partire a corsa senza dire niente. Allora, quindi dobbiamo trovare un modo di far paura a quello. Qui ci
Mother
dobbiamo
pours
mettere
water from
l'acqua, credo.
Ever since
Abbiamo canna
a
di
good solid
arbor.
fishing
Proviamo a
rod.
pescare
Nothing
qualcosa.
special, but the worms
Ci
provide a
mettiamo.
great lure and should
I
increase
vermi
my
sono
fishing
un'ottima esca e
success
dovrebbero
rate,
migliorare le mie
whatever
probabilità di
that is. I
successo nella
always hang one
pesca.
onto the hook before I cast.
Ok. Non ho capito,
The worms
scusa.
provide a great lure and I always hang. The worms are happy and fat. The earth in the bonsai pot seems.
Ok. Allora, sicuramente il modo per prendere la ringa rossa è quello di pescarla qui. Sicuro.
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try my luck.
Abilità di pesca 0.
Just as I expected, nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Ok, pesca migliorata 1. Bellissimo sta cosa. Devo provare dall'altro lato. Si rimette di là però.
I guess that I can just practice until I'm good enough.
Ok, dobbiamo fare pratica praticamente.
Or I could try to
Sfavata.
speed things up by learning more about fishing elsewhere.
Ma non è. Oppure potrei aumentare le mie doti. Ma scusami, non avevamo letto il libro di pesca? Mi pareva di sì. Non era questo.
No, I need a bit more practical experience in fishing before the book will help me.
Ah, ho bisogno di più esperienza pratica prima che il libro mi possa aiutare. Ok, perfetto. Esatto. Citrax ci dice: ho sempre odiato la pesca. Mi ci portava mio nonno la sera con quel freddo, aiuto. Vabbè, dai. Che almeno c'è sempre bel tempo. È bellissimo perché è spavatissimo ogni volta. Pesca migliorata a 3. Ecco,
At last. Now I can
abbiamo
take the
preso
red
una
herring off
ringa.
my list.
Ora posso depennare la ringa rossa. Allora, la ringa rossa la possiamo depennare, però io continuerei a
I've got
pescare
what I
nel
need,
dubbio.
but this is so much fun. And perhaps I'll have a bit of luck catching other interesting things in the pond.
Sì, esatto.
A classic.
Non so cos'era, sembrava tipo un manubrio di una bicicletta.
A classic.
Cos'era? Non lo so. Cos'era? Di nuovo? Cos'è?
A classic.
Sembra un ananas. Dimmi. Che c'è? Che c'è? Dimmi. Mi sa che vuole andare fuori, ragazzi. Vi devo abbandonare per 5 minuti. Vi lascio qui con la cascata. Anzi, col libro. Turo. Mi sa. Arrivo, ragazzi. Arrivo subito. Eccomi, ragazzi, sono tornata. Ci sono viva. Forse. Sono viva, forse. Sì, volevo finire questo capitolo se mi riuscivo e poi andare a mangiare. Anche perché più di così, ragazzi, in questi giorni io non riesco a fare. Onestamente. Shh. Dai lì. Vai, niente.
A classic.
Un altro pezzo di rottame. Ma io persisto. Oh, non me l'aveva preso io. Oh.
A classic.
Classic. Siamo a livello 9, dai, proviamo a livello 10 se succede qualcosa e poi andiamo a vedere se ci fa leggere il libro di pesca. O comunque c'è Turo che sta guardando la live, bellissimo. Bravo amore, guarda la live. Turo è un fan. Ho appena finito di cose
Since Nate
positive e
left without saying so
lui...
much as a so
E lui fa cose. Ah. Che era?
pity.
Niente. Che pena, migliorata a 10 però. Possiamo andare più avanti di 10? Non lo so. Puzzolente, hai fame? Niente, rottame.
A classic.
Niente, a 11. Mi guardi un po' se c'è qualche cosa sulla pesca di questo gioco? Gracias, muchas gracias, señor. Però dobbiamo trovare anche il modo di spaventare il cespuglio. Quanto chill questi suoni di sottofondo. Puzzolente, dimmi. La sua puzzolenzia. Aspetta, intanto vado alla ricerca di qualcosa sperando che ci sia magari qualcosa.
The medicine book is a bad
Vecchio trombone. Insisti, c'erano una volta.
No more water.
Insista, non ci incischi.
A spot.
Ok, abbiamo trovato... Ok. Forse abbiamo trovato...
That looks promising. The worms provide a great. I have bait and. I have bait.
Ok. Ora torniamo giù. Però voglio fare una cosa stupidina, voglio tornare giù di qua. Niente, non ha funzionato.
A classic.
Beh, in realtà non ho capito cosa facciamo qui, però.
A classic.
Ah, pesca migliorata a 13. Niente, ma sto libro non ce lo fa rileggere. Che dice serve per migliorare le mie skill, ma
Perhaps I have enough knowledge to now understand the book.
ok, adesso ho una conoscenza adeguata per capire il libro.
Right. Aha, oh, twice in a row. Then, that was educational.
Ah, vedi? Abilità nella pesca migliorata a 23. Attenzione. Attenzione. Attenzione, s'il vous plaît, attenzione. Pisciolone, che c'è? Hai fame, amore? Sì, lo so. Ora si va a fare la pappa,
A fishing hat, which not so long ago I thought was extremely hideous. But now...
Abbiamo trovato il cappello da pescatore. Abilità nella pesca 1000.
And what's more, I'm looking good. That's me and fishing done. I've reached my
Shh,
peak.
ehi. Detto con la pesca ho chiuso, ho raggiunto il massimo livello. Ma io ripesco lo stesso perché sono stronzo.
There are other things to do.
Ok, praticamente non mi fa più pescare. A
The
posto.
waterfall and I have been neighbours for so... Shame before...
Allora, quindi ci serve un modo per spaventare questo che non abbiamo.
The pipe smoke seems to have calmed them down a bit. The pipes...
Ok, quindi devo trovare il modo di... Ok, forse così?
The smoke from Arbor's pipe seems to be calming the bees. This is my chance.
Hey now, you all right there?
Sorry, had to do it.
Well, I'm not happy about this destruction of nature. Not unless I get half of that there honey.
I don't need any more. The rest is for you.
Ah,
Oh, that be good stuff. But that's enough. The bees need a bit too.
a posto, abbiamo il miele e la ringa. Ci manca solo questo qui. Con cosa possiamo minacciarlo? No. Non c'è verso, non c'è modo. Ma!
Hi, Arbor.
Ehi!
What you got there?
Niente, si erano arrotolati nei
Have a
fili.
master fisher?
Yep, pulled it out of the pond.
But I've been trying for years to hook one of those.
Well, talent will out.
That ain't be talent. That be pure luck. Mappin'. Sooner
È
or later,
invidioso del
old
nostro
Arbor will get
cappello.
some luck too.
You're having a good time.
What can I do for you?
About the potion,
Art?
what was that with the metis bush and the green fruit again?
If the bush gets scared, feels threatened or unwell, then its fruit will turn green and sour.
Niente.
something else.
Dobbiamo spaventarlo, ma non sappiamo come.
I have to get on. Don't work too hard.
Art, that I won't.
La lampada. Dove minchia la trovo la lampada io? Ok.
The wheel one.
Oh, Ehi, sei impallato,
the will-
fermi. No! Ora, boh, non so bene come spaventare. Boh, forse con questi? Vediamo un po' se con una trombetta, magari.
Why does
Oh, sì! Possiamo, possiamo!
Now that explains
Perfetto.
why this flower is classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
È una specie di vuvuzela. Andiamo a spaventare il cespuglio. Bellino che fa passettini dietro.
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats. Thanks.
Ora finalmente possiamo prenderli. A posto, abbiamo tutti gli ingredienti. Dov'era? Dov'era? Dov'è che... fermi! Ora si torna su, si mescola tutto e vediamo che succede. Ehi! Facciamo la mescolanza.
It's a start, but there is...
Sa, vedi che ora si fanno
About one
cascare
spoon of
addosso
honey.
tutto, eh?
Oh, that fruit smells really sour.
E la ringa rossa.
Thanks for the sacrifice, little fish. Now I've got all the ingredients. I just need to crush them.
Ecco, ora li devo solo pestare. Ecco a cosa serve il sasso.
I'm pretty sure that there's never been anything so utterly revolting concocted in the Elf Burrow ever. Oh, I hope this is some kind of joke. I don't know much.
Ok, abbiamo
but
la
I do know that
pozione.
I'm not going to drink this potion until I've had another chat to the medicine. I need...
Ehi! Giocano.
Hi.
Well, what's up?
Gli ho fatto un richiamo all'ordine. La pozione è pronta, ma non ti aspetterai veramente che io beva quella roba?
The potion's ready, but you don't seriously
No.
expect me to drink it, do you?
You must.
No!
Cheap, I'm so...
L'uccellino
Yes,
incazzato.
I know, but...
C'è questa da mordere.
This, medicine. Well, I did tell you that I wasn't feeling well, and the medicine book here thinks it could be something serious.
She has to drink it, the sour metis fruit, sweet honey and salty fish. That should give us an answer.
Oddio, ci daranno la risposta.
Oh, it looks revolting.
It is medicine. It's not supposed to taste nice. That's right. Down to the last drop.
Not as bad as I was expecting. In actual fact, it's quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that.
Congratulations, Ivo. You are pregnant.
Sei incinta? Cosa? Niente, l'uccellino è morto, dead.
No, 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 no. That is completely impossible. You must be wrong. Surely it's a misdiagnosis.
You are an elf and say that potion is quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that. That's raging hormones talking.
I don't
Ormoni
have any
scatenati.
hormones. Cheap, no. No, the book has made a mistake.
Il libro ha commesso un errore. Sì, sì, lo dicono tutti.
I cannot be pregnant. I've never stood in the divine water with Nate on Midsummer's Night singing the Song of Life.
Non sono mai stata nell'acqua
Why?
divina.
How do humans do it?
Come lo fanno gli umani?
They do what?
Elves and humans can have children together, but it's not possible without sex.
You see? We never had sex. At least not to my knowledge.
But the diagnosis is crystal clear.
Let's just pretend that I am pregnant. There must be some explanation, rational or otherwise.
If we discount the possibility that the child was conceived by natural means, which would certainly appear to be the case here, then that leaves us with just the
Metodi di
unconventional
concepimento non
conception methods.
convenzionali.
Did you, perhaps, make some kind of pact with a goblin regarding the child? Child in exchange for gold or a kingdom, for example?
Patto con i
No.
goblin.
Has a god in the guise of a bull appeared to you in your dreams? Any angels been having a word with you?
No.
Have any stars fallen from the heavens recently?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Then that just leaves magic, or a curse. But unfortunately, that is
Maledizione o
not
magia?
my area of expertise.
I wish it was so cheap, but my feeling is that the book is right. I am pregnant.
Ecco perché eravamo rotonde.
One thing's certain. Mother must never find out about this. I don't know either.
Un'aspettata.
Do you think that my tummy will start to show? Oh. I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure why, but it would appear that I'm pregnant. And as all other possibilities have been eliminated, then it must be a curse that's responsible. That is fantastic! No, of course I didn't mean it like that, but just think. Me, cursed. That sounds like an adventure.
Ah, beh, lei contata perché è
Totally
un'avventura.
obvious what we need to do now. We ask Archmage Alistair. He's the wisest magician in the realm of man, and he's a friend. He'll be able to tell us what it means. Oh, no, you don't. You remember who was meant to be looking after me so that nothing happens to me, don't you?
Dobbiamo andare a Seaston per consultare l'arcimago, solo
Alistair's
che
sure to
come ci
have the
arriviamo lì?
answers. We'll have to track him down in the Mage Tower in Seastone. Only, how are we going to get there? Seastone is days away from here. Oh, yeah, saying fly is all well and good. Are you going to teach me quickly then? No, we need a fast mode of transport. And then there's the small matter of the Border Watch. Their longbows can take out a fly's eye at 400 metres, and they will shoot if said fly should dare to set foot in or leave the woodland realm without permission.
Non è che per caso conosci la password di oggi,
By
vero?
any chance know the password that the Border Watch use?
Alle guardie di confine.
Typical. That's exactly the problem. Mother chooses a new password every single day, and there's no way I'll get it out of her. Oh, why don't you know the password? You normally know everything. Hey, know-it-all. Mother's mirror. It knows more than you. It must know the password.
Quindi il
If we work
prossimo
as a
passo
team,
è
we should be
sbloccare
able to cast a little
lo
light on the
specchio.
matter cheap. After all, if it is a curse, then I'm the victim, not the perpetrator. Well, yes, I know that. She'll blame us whatever happens. But it's best for us to have some answers rather than just presenting her the facts, don't you think? Transport and the password. Let's go.
Let's go. E niente, io qui mi fermerei a sto punto. Già. A questo punto io salverei qui la partita. Oh, l'ho salvata? L'ho salvata o no? L'ha salvata o no? Non capisco se salva o no. Ma... e boh, io continuo a salvare ma non capisco. La sta salvando? Ah sì, in basso a sinistra, lo vedevo. Perfetto. E niente ragazzi. Io vi auguro una buona serata, grazie a tutti. Siete passati in tanti. E niente. Ci vediamo alla prossima. Non lo vedo. Grazie ringrazio la streamer mod. Sono stanchissima, esausta. Dai. Ci sentiamo dopo, mod. Intanto a voi vi auguro una buona serata. Non so se si può fare raid a qualcuno, io ci provo. Anche se siamo due praticamente, quindi non ne ho idea. Un po' pochini oggi. Me ne ha dati 8 fino adesso e poi sono scesi a 2. Allora, esegui un raid. C'è Sull'Androssoni, il Gattoni, Idiuccia, che farà? Opus Castle. Ma sì, andiamo da Idiuccia. Gli diamo un po' di supporto. È partito? Non lo so. No. Aspetta, probabilmente mi si è sminchiato. Ora è partito? Perfetto. Un attimo, che arrivo subito da voi. Non me lo fa mettere però. A me non è partito. Va lento però, aspetta. Cioè, in teoria io... se io pigio su il duce e faccio avvia raid... c'è un raid in corso. Ma il bug dei raid in corso non me lo dà. Vabbè, allora sta... No, vabbè, stacco io e a voi vi rimanda direttamente dall'idiuccia, praticamente. Siete tutti entrati nel raid, ragazzi? Quando mi dite sì, io vado. Perfetto. Sì, ho capito! Un attimo. Perfetto. Allora, un attimo però. Che cazzo sta succedendo? Ok. Eccoci. Pronti? Partenza.